everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So, getting right into this. So, I got to tell you, I'm really getting into David Pakman, his show. Like on YouTube, I listen pretty regularly. The Young Turks, and now I'm really high on David Pakman, and he has a call-in show, so he takes calls. By the way, I plan on doing that sometime in the future. So I'm installing Loom video recording next month, which will allow me to browse through the internet and call and then comment on videos, and you'll see like in the corner, like I'll put here, there'll be a circle of me, and you could actually see this with David Pakman's video, and I could take calls, I could talk about different things. So I'm just gonna play this call that David Pakman played. It's some guy who voted for Trump, and now he's going to vote for Bernie. And David asks him some pretty pointed questions like, what's up? I got to tell you, David Pakman is incredible. He can nail you. His communication skills, the way he can, he's like a high-powered lawyer. Like, would you want to be on the stand with this guy, like a David Pakman, like guy interrogating you? Not that he's trying to do that. So let me put on, by the way, these are very cheap readers. I wear these all the time in my videos, and it's like I paid $5 for these, and they look pretty good. You know, I wear contacts, and you know, I need readers, and there you go. So see, $5, and look at that. Okay, so okay, let me just play this. I'm just gonna, it's just audio, but by the way, here we have the circles going, and here's David Pakman. Trump voter explains why he did.
Area code. Who's calling today from 347?
See, that's what I'm gonna have. See in the corner there? There's
hello?
David.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm just gonna place this here and listen.
How's it going? So I voted for Trump in 2016, but now I'm leaning towards more of Bernie Sanders.
Okay, what's your name?
And I guess I just wanted to talk. My name is Phil.
Phil, okay. And what made you vote for Trump in 2016?
Honestly, I think I just fell victim to a lot of the reactionary propaganda that was just kind of going around on like Facebook and YouTube, the like anti-SJW sort of things.
And so anti-SJW stuff
Social
led you
justice
to
warriors.
vote for Trump.
Right.
And what made you? What did you think he would do for you on the basis of SJWs?
Well, I guess I have a lot of conservative friends, and our group was like all about the, you know, anti like SJW culture, like the anti like politically correct culture, that sort of thing.
And is it common that you just kind of like do what your friends say?
Funny, right?
Not anymore.
Okay, it was at the time though, in some sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I was also on board with it. Like I felt kind of like I wasn't really on like the, you know, political correctness culture that was going on. I felt like it was being a bit too oppressive. But
what would be an example of the oppression that you were worried about?
This is very good. Always ask for examples
Well, like,
when you're talking to someone.
What we thought was more prevalent was how
People throw
would
something
get
out like this and that. Like, give me an example.
You know, saying something that might not
Very
be
good.
seen as politically correct.
And he can't provide
And
that.
then they would get called out for that and then lose their job. Like, I guess that would be like an example of something like that.
And what were some examples of people that happened to?
See how good David is?
I honestly can't give you a specific example off the top of my head right now. Just
Was there any
stories that we
specific
saw
example
during
you
time.
remember being aware of at the time?
Like vaguely.
By the way, this
can't really
caller's
bring it up
educated
right now.
too. He's an
So
engineer.
you had generally heard people were getting fired for things they said, and you didn't like that, so you voted for Trump in some sense.
He's tough, boy. Woo.
Some sense, yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
I
And let me
fully
ask you
admit it
this,
was,
Phil,
completely.
and then I want to move on to how you ended up supporting Bernie, but were there particular people on the internet that whose videos you were watching that were influential in that sense?
So honestly, not really. I actually used to watch Destiny back in like 2010. Like I was a big StarCraft player, and before that, I kind of stopped watching him from the periods 2014 to maybe like 2017.
Yeah.
And then I started watching him again in 2017. He actually had like a completely different change of view on his own politics.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a second. You know, a lot of what he's saying makes a lot more sense now. And I kind of started doing my own research, and I guess I'm more on the progressive side now.
Okay, so now you're
But
supporting
I didn't
Bernie.
really like. Yeah, I didn't really watch any like like the Ben Shapiro's or whatever that I guess the conservative side listens to now.
Okay. All right, good. All right, so we've established that. So, and then is there a particular issue that has pulled you over to Bernie as opposed
Right.
to other people?
Yeah. So I'm an environmental engineer, and climate change is, I guess, is a really big issue for me.
He sounds like a dummy,
And
but
as far as I can tell, Bernie's
He's an
plan on
engineer.
climate change is the most far-reaching,
just
expensive
a young
one
guy. Sounds like a
from
nice
any
guy.
of the candidates.
What particular
So I guess that's, like, the
policies
main
from
issue
that
for me.
plan do you like?
Well, I like infrastructure change. That's, in my opinion, one of the biggest things that should be done in terms of climate change. To me, climate change is like an energy problem. It's a thermodynamics problem. It's the way we utilize energy to produce all aspects of our society.
Right.
So that needs to be changed. So his whole attack on fossil fuel is, to me, that's just the right way to go.
Right. Okay.
Sounds good.
Wow. All right.
So,
Well, listen, that's
the
great.
main
It's
side,
it's
the
shocking that you
side,
voted for
the-
Trump, given these are your views. But
I know,
I'm glad
right?
you eventually came over.
Listen. That's how I feel right now, man. Yeah.
Cool.
But I just had a specific question. So, being that I want the most progressive candidate to be the Democratic nominee, say Bernie loses in Iowa, should voters shift their stance on, for example, like Warren? Like,
Listen, I don't think
Iowa,
people need to
a
shift.
make or
I don't
break
think people
for
need to
Bernie?
shift. Here's the thing: Iowa's going to happen. New Hampshire's going to happen. Nevada's going to happen. South Carolina's going to happen. Nothing needs to. If
Yeah.
Iowa doesn't go, if you don't vote in Iowa and Iowa doesn't go the way you want, but then it comes to New Hampshire and you vote in New Hampshire, vote the way you want in New Hampshire. It's only 4 primaries, and you're not going to do anything wrong. You don't need to be strategic. If you vote in one of those first 4 states, just go for whoever you want to vote for, and then we'll sort out the numbers later. It's all going to be sorted out. You don't need to start changing a vote if Iowa doesn't go the right way,
Yeah, it's kind of how I was thinking about it, though, in a strategic way, considering I wanted the most progressive candidate to get the nomination. So I was going to vote on whoever kind of wins Iowa. And if Buttigieg wins Iowa, then it's kind of a toss-up in my opinion, just because his,
Well, hold on.
he
What state do you
camp.
vote in, Phil? Where do you vote?
I'm actually from Brooklyn.
So you're voting in New York State.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got plenty of time. You don't need to do anything, and my sense is that we will be well into figuring out who is likely to be the nominee by the time it gets to you. I don't
That's
think you're
true.
going to have to be considering voting for Pete Buttigieg. Let me make that prediction.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. You're going to do
No,
great.
I'm
Phil.
saying Buttigieg winning Iowa might not actually be a bad thing, because he probably would pull from Biden's support. That's kind of where I was going with that.
Oh, okay. I'd have to look at the numbers. Phil, listen, I'm going to move on and talk to a couple other people. I appreciate you calling in, and you are going to get a very, very high score in our call system because you did a great job of telling
That
us
was
interesting
good.
things.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
love
you.
that.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Well, let me end it there. So I played that because that's what I'm setting up now. I'm going to have Loom video recording. As you can see, David Pakman in the corner there. So I'll be in the corner and I'll be taking calls. But this is, I don't know, Loom will be coming next month and we'll see. So, okay, on that note, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience, peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.